Hey guys, thanks so much for purchasing my template from my Shopify store. I really appreciate it, and I just want to make sure that you guys know how to use it. This template can be used in either Silhouette or Design Space. So let's get started in Design Space. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to want to ungroup your template because it's going to look just like this. So we're going to highlight, go over to the upper right hand corner, click on Ungroup, and you should be able to move your pieces apart from each other. The second thing we're going to want to do is right now your score lines are set as cut lines, and we don't want to leave it this way because if you do not change it over to score lines, what it's going to do is chop a box into pieces. So we're going to select your lines, which are now cut lines. We're going to go up to Operation, Basic Cut, click on that and go down to Score. Once you do that, you should notice that you have dotted lines. If you have dotted lines, that means you have it correctly, or dashes, I should say. Now I'm going to blow my screen up a little bit so that you guys can see my screen a little better. Now, the second thing you want to do is pretty much take your new score lines and you just want to line it up properly with your box. So let's see how this looks. I think that's pretty good. So once your template kind of looks like this, the next thing we're going to do is highlight your score lines and your box. Go over to the lower right hand side of the screen and you're going to press on Attach. The reason why you want to press on Attach is because if you do not, what's going to happen is when you place it on your mat to get ready to cut, your score lines are going to be in one spot and your box is going to be in another spot, and your Cricut machine is going to end up scoring your actual mat, and we don't want to do that. So you attach it and you're basically letting your Cricut machine know, hey, listen, I need you to score this box. All right, so now that we have that done, I'm just going to take it off of the screen and we're going to move on to the next section. These yellow boxes would represent where the pictures go. As you've seen before, I moved them. The blue boxes pretty much represent a frame that will go around. So you'll just have a nice frame, whatever color you decide to choose, that'll be the color of the frame that'll be behind your picture. So what I'm going to do is load my picture in to show you how to get your pictures onto the box, and I'll be right back. Now that I have the pictures that I want to use from my box, what I'm going to do is just select one yellow square because we're going to use that to slice the parts of the picture that I want to go inside of those boxes. So what I'm going to do is go up to Operation, Basic Cut, and we're going to go down to the pen tool. You'll see that now my box is transparent and I can see exactly where I'm cutting. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut out this snowman because I really like it. So you're going to place it wherever you want to cut, and we're going to highlight both the box and we're going to highlight the image. Go down to Slice, and as you see, we have our very first picture. So I'm going to continue to cut my pictures out and I'll be right back. Guys, now I have all of the pictures that I want to use for my box. So therefore, I'm going to highlight these. I'm going to group them together. I'm going to click on the word group and I'm just going to rename it to picture template. So therefore, I know the next time that I come back to the template, these are just going to be used as a guide. I'm going to go over to picture template. I'm going to turn the eye off. And now I'm going to bring back my other templates. So let me line these up properly. Actually, no, first I'm going to change the color. So let's say your paper is green. We're going to go up to here. Actually, we're going to open up this box and we're just going to click on the paper area, which is the teal part. So down here, you're just going to click on the teal part. We're going to click on this color right here, and I'm going to change my box to green because, no, not that green. This green, because I believe my paper is kind of close to this color. And then I think I am going to change these to silver. So once again, go over to the color box because I believe I'm going to be using silver paper. And then I will be right back because I am going to line these up so you can see exactly how they look. So now I'm back. So now you guys see how everything is coming together. I did change my silver boxes to red just so that you guys can actually see it a little bit better. Matter of fact, let me change them to a different color. There we go. So now you guys can actually see how it's supposed to look. I have a Christmas tree here that I really would like to put on top of my box because that's what this little tiny miniature that I added. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to size this down. You guys remember when it comes to this portion, you have to use your measuring tape. I'm used to making these so I can pretty much eyeball it. There we go. I can pretty much eyeball it, but make sure you use your measuring tape. So for this section, the only way that this is going to work is you're going to have to create a stem or a tab to actually slide inside of here. So what we're going to do next is you're going to go to squares and you are going to make a tab. So let's unlock this so we can take advantage of the shape. Once you get your shape down, the next thing that you need to do is make sure that this tab fits inside of here. So let me change the color there. So you see how my tab fits inside? I'm gonna just make it a little tiny bit bigger. Once you make sure that your tab fits inside of here, you can now add it to your Christmas tree. So I am gonna take my Christmas tree and my layers tab, and I'm gonna bring it to the top so that my tab is in the back. And I'm just going to push it up probably like so. I'm going to highlight. Oh, hold on. I'm a little bit too close. There we go. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to go over to, I believe it's center horizontal. Yes. And once I do center horizontal, which is just putting my tab in the middle of my character or whatever have you, I'm going to highlight this, go all the way down to the lower right hand corner and click on flatten. Once I click on flatten, I'm basically telling the Cricut machine that this is one picture and I need to print it out and then cut it. So you see, if I click on it, and once again make sure that it fits, so that's good. You see how my tab looks? That's exactly how yours looks, because what you're going to do is you're going to slide this inside, bend it back, and we'll be gluing that. Now guys, if you want to have like a cake topper kind of look on top of your lollipop box, what you can do is before you add your stick or your tab, you can make a duplicate by pressing Control D. You see how the duplicate pops up? And then what you're going to do after that is you're going to go to offset, and you're going to look for an offset that is appealing to your eye. So this size offset is appealing to my eye. I'm gonna change it to a different color just so that you guys can see it. And what's gonna happen is when we get ready to put the box together, you're gonna need some foam tape for this step, but you're gonna put a few pieces of foam tape here. This will go here. I'm sorry, the one with the tab. The one with the tab will go in the middle. So, and then the other one will go toward the top. And will line up like this. And you will have a little mini cake topper at the top. Just make sure that the sizing is correct. It's that my sizing is a little bit too big, which means that yours is going to be a little bit too big. So we're going to put in 7.84, 0.84, and then we're going to highlight this side, put in 0.75. We should have 7.84 by 5.75. Let's go back and look at it. Now my Christmas tree is too small, so what we're going to do is we're just going to bring it right back up. Yep, so that should be pretty good. Remember, once you line everything up, you're going to put it into 7.84 by 5.75, and we're going to lock that back. Congratulations, you're ready to go to your Cricut machine and you are ready to cut. So I'll see you in a few minutes.